Thank you so much for staying with Daybreak. I was just getting through my 3 tweets, just showing us what's really going on. But before I get into that, let me show you how the road is looking like. So, we already agreed on this, yeah? When you see a lot of green, it means it's all good. And that's what we're seeing today. So I guess Kimani's clients have still not been paid yet. When those Zinzi confessed that her she's fine, and she's from the Langata area. In the Langata area, there's no backlog there. A lot of clear roads around here. Kikambala Road is good. Dennis Sprit is awesome. Around Nairobi Primary and State House Road, girls, is also quite clear. A lot of green almost everywhere. There's just a bit of red somewhere here, but this is a roundabout on Nyerere Road, and coming into the University of Nairobi, there's a bit of a backlog right over there. It's not so bad though. The distance is quite short. State House Road coming into St. Andrew's Church is clear, and also Nyayo House, there's a bit of a backlog there as well. Okay, now this area seems to have a bit of an issue coming into town. Kenyatta Avenue, roundabout in the GPO area, a bit of backlog. All the way coming into Kenyatta Avenue, this part is also there's a bit of red. We agreed it's red, right, guys? Zinzi and Wahiga. This is red. Okay, good. What? Zinzi, you have something to say?
Stop pink, asking if it's red. No,
yeah, because, okay.
Yeah?
That color.
Color.
As long as it's not green, it means there's a bit of backlog there. And a lot of it is coming through on this area here. We have the Kenyatta Avenue, like I mentioned, is bad. Kencom House, there seems to be a bit of backlog coming into Kenya Cinema. Just a bit of it heading into the Haile Selassie roundabout and the Wakulima Market area, Mudhurwa Market. Now this is hot red, meaning this area is not looking too good. Coming all the way into Nasiko area, and on Landis Road, there's a bit of a stretch there that is not looking too good, but it's not so long, so it means it's just a few vehicles having a bit of a backlog there. And also we have Karioko area, Ring Road Ngara, just at the roundabout. Always the roundabouts, that's where all the issues are. But on Mathri route, there's a difference in opinion. Thika Road is clear today at its best manners. That's Mariam Joki says that. And then Kabana and GM inbound Matatu stages obstruction, and nothing is being done to move the stages deeper from the road. Jam on Mombasa Road in the morning and evenings is deliberate. That's what we say there. There's also another one. It is clear after that for now. Wayaki Way, Iteketeke into town, and that is exactly where Kimani is. Let's actually find out the situation right there and find out if it's that clear. This was 13 minutes ago. Things change really fast on Nairobi Road, so let's bring in Kimani Bogwa.
Remember, we recently gave him some homework. He's an obedient student of the CBC. Because remember that road we are talking about, that's where he is at right now, around the ABC place.
It doesn't look so bad, but also there's a bit of backlog into the intersection. And I don't even see Kimani himself. Kimani, where did you go? What's going on where you are?
Do you see how the pedestrians have crossed, how dangerous that is?
Trevor, I'm somewhere behind the shot, don't worry. I just wanted to show you guys how it's looking. And you guys, somebody said 13 minutes ago that Wayaki Way ni Teketeke. Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. You can see those shots from James Gishuru, the James Gishuru intersection. Just at the bypass we were talking about. It's a very fast movement. Unless you're trying to go to the other side, unless you're trying to use the interchange to go up Wayaki, we're using the James Gishuru interchange. You can see that it's a bit slow there because of the other side. You have to watch yourself so that somebody who's coming from town doesn't hit you. So that is the kind of movement that is here. But then I want to show you something interesting. Okay, Shawnee is showing you the shots going down towards town. But then let's come back up and show you guys a few problems from this spot actually. We were talking about the pedestrian lanes on the new bypass going towards Kitusuru, and Kenya Urban Roads Authority tweeted about it, and people were impressed about the road, but then they were also equally irked about how it lacks any pedestrian paths. This road is about 5 kilometers towards, and I'm not sure about the number of kilometers, but it goes all the way to Ridgeways, Kitusuru. No, not Ridgeways, to Kitusuru, somewhere on Red Hill. And I have used this bypass a couple of times, and I have not seen any pedestrian paths. Look at how thin they are. That is just next to the barracks, and there are no pedestrian paths to be used. So if you're a pedestrian and you want to cross to the other side, it's really just an extreme sport because there's nowhere for you to pass. Let me show you where they're using. If you look on the horizon over there, where they're installing street lights, you can see where people are walking. there's a bit of a path over there which pedestrians have created for themselves. You can see them. These are guys who are probably walking to work towards the other side of Red Hill. You can see them. And on that side, that's not an official path that's created by the designers of the road. They're just using a path that they created for themselves. So that is a concern with the road. It's good. It's good for motorists. In fact, they're installing the street lights now. You can see the posts, the grey posts now. These are just street lights. They're installing them. But then Kura, the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, has said they will rectify that. But then again, the question was raised on social media was, okay, so why didn't anyone think of using creating pedestrian paths on this road, which was constructed for more than 2 years, and nobody thought about it? Actually, that is what most people are concerned about, that most of the road designers in Kenya don't consider pedestrians. I want to show you a practical example of how they don't consider, how most roads in Kenya don't consider pedestrians. Let me show you, just behind me. Just look at the woman who just walked across the road. She just crossed the road, and look at the man who's crossing with a box of, I think, milk, crossing the road. And this place, when traffic was easy, when there was no traffic around this place, because I can see it's starting to build up down ABC Place, the cars coming down Wayaki Way are coming really fast, and you can see pedestrians are just crossing without, they just have to rely on a slow-moving motorist so that they can cross the road. Look, I can see. I don't know what. Let me move closer so I can see what you're saying on the screen. I'm a bit far. Yeah, you're gonna see someone cross the road in the middle of a highway. Remember, Wayaki Way is a highway, and there's like guys who've just come out of the matatu. Sean, can we get them? Yeah, there's a matatu that just dropped people, and they're just gonna see them crossing the road just like that. And there's no overpass over here. There's no pedestrian crossing. So what happens is, there are places like this, so now traffic has built up, so even for pedestrians to cross is a bit safe because cars are not moving very fast. But what happens is, most of the road designers will design an overpass, like the one that's here. It's somewhere around the Total past ABC Place. But then it's too far. It's not practical for people who are using the road here to use it. So you can see, guys, some of the challenges that pedestrians face while using our roads, and also how our road design structure doesn't consider pedestrians. Guys, so this is the situation here. I don't know what you guys think about this.
Kimani, I wonder when they say that they're going to rectify it. If it took 2 years to fix that road, how will they rectify that situation then? Because then it means it's a whole new construction.
Well, Trevor, I can tell you I have made that my personal assignment to make sure that I see what happens, because I'm usually on traffic every morning, and I can tell you we will keep tabs, because it's not clear how they will do it, because all the lanes have been marked, and when I look at them, they're all supposed to be used by vehicles. So maybe I was thinking maybe they might turn one of the lanes towards the edge to be used by pedestrians. Maybe that's an option they are considering. But again, that will also take a whole redesigning of the road. Remember, it takes a long time for it to be designed, for the designs to be approved. So yeah, we are very curious to see how they're going to do that. But then we'll just have to keep in touch with them and see how they're going to do that. But that I can tell you, it's going to take a long time. If this one took years to construct this place, and nobody knows how long it will take for them to get a pedestrian path. But as you can see, most of the road designs in Kenya do not consider pedestrians, and when they do, it's not very convenient for pedestrians, guys.
All right, thanks, Kimani. Kimani Mbugua, you said it's your personal assignment, so we'll see what they come up with. That's Kimani Mbugua speaking to us on Wayaki Way. Road is clear. Let me run you